this upcoming weekend, St. Cloud and
Upper Iowa.
Okay, so traditionally, what do you usually see from these guys?
Well, they're currently ranked. St. Cloud is ranked 4th in the country. Upper Iowa is ranked 6th. You know, they're tough teams. It's just, and we're going to their gym. St. Cloud, you know, they've got a great program. They'll have people there, but when we go to Upper Iowa on Sunday, it'll be a packed gym. You know, traditionally these are two programs that have. Upper Iowa has had a long tradition of wrestling excellence going back to when I was wrestling against them. Upper Iowa, you know, they're very good. St. Cloud is just a little bit better, I think, probably. St. Cloud's, you know, Coach Costanza's done a great job there building up the program and doing a great job there, and they're tough. It's going to be, we're going to have to be at our best to beat them, just to be competitive.
Obviously, a huge opportunity for you guys. How are you preparing this week, going against the top 10, top 5 team?
I think right now we're preparing the same way we would for anybody else. We've reached the point of the season where it's kind of a routine. You know, we've got five dates left before the regionals, so all we're really doing right now is tinkering a little bit with some little things on their offense and on their defense, and then just kind of trying to keep everybody in condition, keep everybody healthy.
So, I mean, is that sort of more I guess the way your attention shifts now is more long-term, looking ahead to regionals, making sure you're headed the right direction before you get there?
Well, we've got to be ready for the duels, obviously. We've got to wrestle those matches first. But in my planning, maybe not in their planning, my planning for them, I'm also looking at it as a long-term thing where there are certain days we're going to go harder than they think we should be. It's just because I'm looking at it down the road. So wrestlers tend to see things, and I did too as a wrestler, as what's immediately in front of me. And we try to keep them in that mode like anything else. The old play them one game at a time type thing, you know. So we want to be ready for St. Cloud on Friday. We want them to be ready on Saturday. We want them to be ready for Upper Iowa on Sunday. But I'm also, as the coach, looking at it, okay, where does this fit into our seeding? Okay, this guy did this. If we see him at the regionals, this is what we need to know how to do. Those kinds of things. So I'm looking at it a little bit more long-term, perhaps, than they are. And that's the way it should be.
I guess, Tanner, sort of the similar question. Obviously, it's really tough opponents, ranked number 6, number 4. How do you got to be looking at this as a huge opportunity for you guys, maybe make some noise, upset, or at the very least, you're going to go up against some great wrestlers. So I guess, how are you preparing for this trip?
Well, it's definitely going to be a tough weekend, and I think the biggest thing is just taking one match at a time and going out there and just basically putting my best match together and trying as best as I can.
Do you think that the ranking it all, obviously 6 and 4, does that play any part of your mind? Are you just going to go out there like it's any other team?
Well, to me, rankings don't really matter. It just comes out there and who puts together the best match, and I'm willing to go out there and try as hard as possible to beat these guys, and it's definitely, I think I can do it.
And do you have any prior experience against either guys that you'll be seeing this weekend? I mean, do you know anything about them?
I haven't met up with either of the opponents, and I think it's gonna be some fun.
St. Cloud's we've only seen St. Cloud once. In Upper Iowa, we haven't seen anywhere. So, we're going to be as new to them as they are to us, to be honest.
Does that make preparation any more difficult? Not really knowing a whole lot about the team, or is it just you just kind of go, like you said, you're more in a routine and you're just kind of in prep mode?
I think if the team had what I would call a particular style, where every kid on the team uses the legs, then we'd spend more time, with the whole team on just legs. But neither one of these teams, I think the sign of a good team is that everybody on the team does what they're best at. And both of these teams, that's the way they're coached. Those guys individually, they do what they're best at, and so that doesn't lead them to having the whole team doing the same thing. Now, Upper Iowa will probably see a little bit more of, when they're on top, they'll be putting the legs in because they've got 3 or 4 guys that's all they do. You know, St. Cloud, we're going to see a little bit more upper body attack on the feet. We're going to see a little bit more traditional wrestling, arm bars, chicken wings, those kinds of things when they wrestle. So basically, we're attacking it from the standpoint of, okay, we're just going to get ready for our normal match and worry about what we do. And then when it comes to regionals, when we know individually who we're going to wrestle, then we'll have a little bit different setup. Because we could show up on Saturday and they could have totally different guys than we're prepared for. So my philosophy on that is kind of, we're going to prepare for everything as much as we can, obviously, and then just go and wrestle. We're going to wrestle our style and not worry so much about what they do. Nothing else? Good? Thanks. Yep. Is that Lawrence, Kansas, or